What's up, guys? Welcome back to another adventure. Now today we're back at Dollywood. It is April 1st, Friday. We are heading in right before park open where you're going to attempt a rope drop. Now if you're like myself here and you're a coaster enthusiast, I'm going to take you along the little path that you should take when you first come into the park here. It's going to get you the most bang for your buck, get you a lot of rides within that first hour, because right after that, crowds really start to pick up, lines back up, and this way, if you follow the way that I'm going to take you, you quite possibly going to get every roller coaster in one little swoop, minus the lightning rod. But stick around, guys, follow me. We'll see you guys inside. Now you're going to see it looks much different today than it has been the last few weeks, and I actually think they're letting us in at 9:36 already. Let's walk up here and find out. All right, guys, they most certainly are already letting guests into the park. Now let's head up here to the left where all the coasters sit at and see if the rope up at the top's already been dropped, and we may have got ourselves a late start. All right, now I can see that even though they did let in early, they still have the rope up here next to the drop zone. So we'll head up here, wait for them to drop this, and we'll start our little roller coaster route. All right, guys, 5-2, rope's been dropped. Now at this point, we're gonna have three options. We're either gonna go Mystery Mine, Dragon Flyer, or up to the Fire Chaser. Now they are running Mystery Mine, so I think we're gonna attempt that first, and then go Fire Chaser. But sometimes when you got a bunch of kids like you see, Fire Chaser might be the better choice because it does back up since it accepts a lower height. Alright, guys, we just jumped off the Mystery Mine. Now I am going to be cheating just a little bit today because I do have my season pass, which I get to act it as a time saver for this first hour. But I'll give you the look at the actual general lines too when we go through. And Mystery Mine, when I just got off, had 3 people waiting maybe, nobody coming up the stairs. And you can see this walkway here. I think today might actually be a nice day to get some rides. We're gonna head up here to the Fire Chaser next and see if that's where the crowd went to. No, actually, change of plans now that I'm thinking about it. Let's go ahead and make the left here going to Wildwood Grove. And then we're gonna actually go back and do the Dragon Flyer, one of my favorites. And then we'll go up to the Fire Chaser since we have the time saver ability. There's the Dragon Flyer top on the first hill. And I think it looks like it might be a walk-on here. Now this first little bit getting into the park here, there's nobody back here in Wildwood Grove that I can see. We may not even have to even use the time saver portion of the pass for the roller coaster. Alright, guys, we just knocked out Dragon Flyer. That's 2 rides in the first 13 minutes, and that one did have a little bit of a hold up. When you got that one in the Fire Chaser, sometimes you're dealing with kids and it takes a little bit of extra time to get them in and out secure. But we're now gonna head up to, I think, the Fire Chaser and see what that line's looking like. So if you guys can see here, 15 minutes into park open, not really any crowds on any of the current rides we passed by. But I did also just check the app and it was showing, I think, 45 minutes already for lightning rods. So that could be where everybody's at. Let's head up here to Fire Chase because it didn't have a time posted yet. We'll see what it's looking at. Now, like I said, I'm gonna be cheating a little bit with my season pass. But you can see, even normal line, there is literally nobody. All the way up. Alright, guys, we just jumped off of the Fire Chaser. Now we're gonna jump over to, I believe, the Wild Eagle. There's literally nobody here this morning. I've been able to walk onto everything. We've knocked 3 out in 27 minutes. So let's go do the Wild Eagle and maybe Tennessee Tornado, and then we're gonna back down and either do Thunderhead or just go ahead and do the loop around the Blazing Fury. Because I wouldn't mind actually trying to do a ride on lightning rod since I haven't got to do it yet this season. Alright, guys, we just knocked out Wild Eagle. Now we're going to head on to Tennessee Tornado. And this time we're actually going to use the time saver entrance since we know where it is and didn't get lost. Alright, guys, we just knocked out the Tennessee Tornado. Now, that is a ride that I honestly forget how forceful it really is. It's not too bad of a ride, but that thing pushes a lot of degrees down on you through those loops, which is actually really fun. I just wish it was a little bit longer because it only has the 3 loops and it's only about a 60-second ride. It's real quick. But I think now that that's finished, we skip the Blazing Fury and we are going to attempt to make our way to the front and see what the lightning rod looks like. The app says it's a 65-minute wait, but if the line's not too long for single rider, I think that's the option we're going to take. So we're going to head down this way. Now you can see here walking down Craftsman's Valley that there's really not that much of a crowd. But I think today might actually be a nice day to be able to get all the rides in. I don't know. Let's make it down here towards Lightning Rod because I think that's where most of the crowd's being held up at. That's something I haven't seen yet all season. There's absolutely no line for cinnamon bread. Hopefully it stays like that so before we leave we can grab a loaf or two. We can see there in the distance Lightning Rod is up and running, so let's head over here and see what the wait is for it. Alright, now you can see down below me, there's a little bit of a wait here for normal riders, but I still have the time saver ability, which she was asking about instead of just being a single rider, so that was kind of weird. Alright, now making a left here off of the little bridge, you can see quite a bit of people here on Main Street. So we do have a little performance going on right there, so there's a lot of people stop watching that. Let's make our way around here and see if we have any more people coming through the ticket booth. Alright. Now after the first hour, not too many people are piling through the gates. But you got a little group of people here that are still getting set up for their journey, getting their ECV, strollers, things like that. So we'll just keep a watch on it for the next hour or two and see what really happens with the crowd levels. The crowds aren't really too crazy on this half of the park as of right now. But again, that is maybe due to the fact that there was such a long wait for Lightning Rod that everyone's trying to go ahead and knock that out before it, inevitably goes down for the day. It does happen quite often. Now looking here at Mystery Mine, it's showing a 10-minute wait with a little crowd heading up, so it's probably accurate. Take a look at some of the other waits. 5 drop lines closed, Dragonflyers temporarily down. It's not looking too heavy as of right now, but I'd say within the next hour, definitely gonna pick up on us. Well, kind of a sad moment. I was wanting an ice cream with some sprinkles on top, but the machine broke. But they were at least nice enough to give me what did come out for free and give me my money back. So can't complain about that, but I really wanted those sprinkles. Oh well. Let's head on up. We're gonna walk around. I think we may check a ride out on the Blazing Fury. And if you look over here now, mine has definitely begun to back up a little bit. So you can see crowds are coming in. I think everybody was just sleeping in a little bit. As we get here by the Wild Eagle, you're gonna see that there's always a crowd that bunches up here, and it makes it look like there's gonna be an extremely long line, but the queue doesn't start until you get quite a bit of a way up that way into the building. So if you're walking by, don't judge those people standing out in the front there. They're all just kind of congregating and looking at the fire chaser go by here. Alright, now if you are here for rope drop and you successfully knocked out all the roller coasters in that first hour, give or take the lightning rods, since it's in such an awkward side of the park, I would suggest then after the roller coaster start heading towards the other rides. First stop would definitely be the Blazing Fair that we'll be passing by here. And if that's not your thing, then head on down towards things like the Barnstormer, Daredevil Falls. There's a lot of other rides besides the coasters. They're just on the other side of the park, which we'll take you to right now. Alright, now when you're heading down Craftsman's Valley, you'll get to almost the section with the cinnamon bread, and you have the decision to either go straight, but we're going to go right. We're going to head up into the Owens Farm part of the park. Now, there's not much left up here in this section besides the Barnstormer and a little kid playground. And they do have a restroom, but that's about all that's going to be offered up here in this little part of the park for you. Let's take a walk over here and use our little view spot and see what the line's looking like for cinnamon bread already. Looks like we virtually still have nobody down there, so that's a good sign. Maybe we'll actually be able to grab us a couple loads before we get out of here today. Now, as we make our way out of Owens Farm, what we'll have is either you can go straight down to some of the theaters and or the exit of the park, or you can take down the left here, the new little walkway where they removed the little Christmas store, I do believe was what was here. And this is going to take you back up to the left side, or right if you're at the beginning, where we can get over towards the country fair, the train, all the other stuff in the park that we haven't got to yet. So let's make our way to that section of the park. And I think we might actually do some bumper cars. Rode them the other day with the family and it had a lot of fun. Forgot how much fun they were, and I think we may go bump around here. And then as always, if you want to shake it up and break up the rides a little bit, Dollywood has always got performances going on. But we're going to head up and do some more rides. Hey, see, Iron Horse Pizza still is not open yet. Not sure how long it's going to take for that refurbishment. When you come over here, you'll see that there's no train waiting in station. They are not operating with the fires going on currently. We got high wind. They don't want any of the cinders to be blowing around and causing any more of the chaos, so they're going to take precaution and not run that for right now. You can see without the train running, this section of the park is almost a ghost town. Okay guys, we've made it down to the country fair section, and I think if we're quick enough, we might be able to catch the next ride on the bumper cars. If not, we'll get on the next ride after this.
Keep your arms inside the car and the left arm down at all times. Traveling in the car can't enjoy the ride.
You can see back here the little side route behind Dog and Taters. They do have the train parked on the back corner of the country fair. Since they're not operating today, it'll just be sitting right here for the rest of the day. Alright guys, we're right around the 12 o'clock time. We really just showed up for rope drop. Just wanted to get a couple of the rides out of the way. Now today did go a little bit different because typically the rope drops here this season have been pretty hectic, but it's really not that crowded today, so we really didn't need to utilize the time saver portion of the season pass. We were able to just jump on everything, but we knocked out all the little roller coasters, and as long as you come in, you hit up that left side, if you're looking to do roller coasters, you're gonna knock pretty much everything out of the park there. But thanks for sticking around, guys. Appreciate the ones that have been following along, hitting that subscribe button. But if you guys want, I'll be back again next week for who knows what. Stick around, and I'll see you then, guys. Peace. Now, if you guys stuck around to the end and you were waiting for that ride with Miss Dolly Parton, well, if you didn't tell by now, April Fools. Got you guys.